These are the 9 rankings of European river cruise lines from worst to best, and number 1 will blow your mind. Number 9. CroisiEurope. Who it's for? Budget-conscious travelers, predominantly European passengers, and solo travelers seeking low single supplements. CroisiEurope is the largest river cruise line most North American travelers have never seriously considered, and the pricing is the reason why, in both directions. At first glance, the fares look extraordinary. You can book a CroisiEurope sailing for literally half the price of comparable Viking or Avalon itineraries. For budget-conscious travelers willing to adjust their expectations accordingly, there is genuine value here. The adjustment required is significant, however. CroisiEurope operates older, smaller ships with noticeably less premium finishes than the market leaders. Cabins are compact and functional rather than design-forward. The passenger mix skews heavily French. The line is French-owned and markets primarily in Europe, which means English may be a secondary language on board, and the overall atmosphere can feel insular if you don't speak French. Excursions are included in the base fare, which sounds like a win, but the excursion quality is inconsistent, and the included options tend toward the standard and predictable. Food is adequate rather than memorable. Service is friendly but thin compared to what premium lines deliver. Where CroisiEurope genuinely earns points: solo travelers. The line offers some of the lowest single supplements in the industry, sometimes zero, which makes it meaningfully more accessible for people traveling alone. If budget is the primary constraint and expectations are calibrated accordingly, CroisiEurope delivers a functional river cruise experience. It just doesn't deliver the one you're probably imagining when you picture European river cruising at its best. Number 8. Tauck. Who it's for? Older, affluent travelers who prioritize fully guided, all-inclusive touring over independent exploration. Tauck sits in an unusual position in this ranking. By almost any objective measure, ship quality, service staffing ratios, included excursions, food quality, Tauck competes with the very best lines. The reason it ranks lower is singular and significant: philosophy. Tauck is fundamentally a land touring company that operates river ships, and it shows in the product design. Everything is guided, organized, and managed. Shore excursions are mandatory group affairs led by Tauck's own tour directors. Independent time in port is minimal by design. The experience is curated comprehensively, which for a specific type of traveler, one who wants everything arranged, explained, and handled, is exactly the point. For travelers who want to step off the ship and wander a Salzburg market independently, choose their own pace, discover a cafe that isn't on the tour route, or simply have unstructured time in beautiful places, Tauck can feel suffocating. You're always part of a group. There's always somewhere to be. The pricing reflects the all-inclusive model. Tauck is among the most expensive lines on the river, and for its target audience, the value is real. The tour directors are exceptional. The included experiences often go beyond what other lines offer. Single supplement policies are more favorable than most. But the lack of flexibility is a fundamental product characteristic, not a minor inconvenience, and it makes Tauck the wrong choice for a large segment of travelers who would otherwise love everything else about it. Number 7. Scenic. Who it's for? Luxury travelers who prioritize all-inclusive value, onboard amenities, and butler service. Scenic markets itself at the ultra-luxury end of river cruising, and in several ways, it genuinely earns that positioning. The ships, branded Scenic spaceships, are among the most comprehensively equipped on European rivers. Butler service is standard across all cabin categories, not just suites. The all-inclusive model covers drinks, excursions, gratuities, and even a fleet of onboard bicycles available for self-guided port exploration. The electric Scenic and Coast Lounge, the Sun Lounge or Space, is a signature feature. A partially enclosed deck that can be opened or closed depending on weather, giving passengers a dramatic, panoramic experience without the wind exposure of a fully open sun deck. So why does Scenic rank 7th? Two consistent criticisms appear in passenger feedback and travel agent reporting. First, the food quality doesn't match the premium price point. Scenic charges top-tier rates, often exceeding Uniworld and Regent, but the dining experience is frequently described as good rather than exceptional, and inconsistent across ships and itineraries. For a line positioning itself as ultra-luxury, the table is the most important place to deliver, and Scenic doesn't consistently win there. Second, the all-inclusive model, while genuinely comprehensive, can create an onboard experience that feels more resort-like than culturally immersive. When everything is managed and provided, the experience can flatten. Scenic passengers often report a sense that the destination is almost secondary to the ship experience itself, which, depending on your travel philosophy, is either a selling point or a concern. Number 6. Emerald Cruises. Who it's for. Value-seeking travelers who want modern ships and active options without paying premium prices. Emerald Cruises occupies a smart position in the market. As the sister brand to Scenic, it uses the same modern ship designs and incorporates the signature enclosed lounge concept, but at a meaningfully lower price point with a lighter service model. The result is a line that punches noticeably above its price bracket on ship quality, while making reasonable trade-offs on service density and all-inclusive breadth. Active excursion options are a genuine differentiator. Emerald builds hiking, cycling, and kayaking options into its excursion programs at a level most competing lines in its price bracket don't match. For travelers under 65 who want to engage physically with the destinations, rather than observe them from a bus, Emerald's active programming is one of the best available at this price point. The trade-offs are real, but manageable. Service staffing ratios are lower than premium lines. The food is solid, but unremarkable. The ship atmosphere skews slightly younger and more casual than Viking or Avalon, which works perfectly for some travelers and feels too energetic for others. For travelers who are quality-conscious but price-sensitive, and who genuinely want an active component to their excursions, Emerald represents some of the best value currently available in European river cruising. Number 5. AmaWaterways. Who it's for. Food and wine enthusiasts, active travelers, couples, and anyone who values excellent shore excursion design. AmaWaterways has built one of the most loyal repeat passenger bases in the industry on the back of two things it does exceptionally well: food and excursion quality. The onboard dining program is genuinely one of the best on the river. Dishes are regionally inspired and change by destination. Wine is included with dinner and taken seriously, and the chef's table specialty dining experience offered on most ships is a legitimate highlight rather than a marketing add-on. The excursion design is equally strong. AmaWaterways offers choice excursions at every port, typically 3 options ranging from a gentle walking tour to a strenuous active option, meaning passengers with different fitness levels and interests travel together without compromising either experience. The active options are genuinely demanding and rewarding for passengers who want them. Ships are modern, well-designed, and maintain a twin balcony system in many cabins. A French balcony, floor-to-ceiling sliding doors, combined with a small outside sitting area that provides exceptional light and air without the space constraints of a traditional river cabin. Where AmaWaterways falls just short of the top tier, the onboard atmosphere can feel slightly corporate compared to the warmth of Uniworld or the social design of Viking. Service is professional and efficient, but occasionally lacks the personal touch that distinguishes the very best lines. The pricing is premium without quite delivering the top-tier experience in all areas. Strong enough in food, excursions, and ship quality to be the right answer for many travelers, particularly those for whom dining is central to the trip experience. Number 4. Avalon Waterways. Who it's for. Travelers who prioritize cabin comfort, natural light, and independent exploration over group programming. Avalon's defining innovation, the suite ship design with floor-to-ceiling, wall-to-wall opening windows in all staterooms, is not a marketing gimmick. It is a genuinely transformative onboard experience. In a category where most cabins feel closed in and compact, Avalon's open-air design floods every stateroom with natural light and river views in a way that makes competing cabins feel claustrophobic by comparison. The beds face the windows rather than the wall, which sounds like a small detail until you're lying in bed watching the Rhine Valley drift past you at sunrise. Avalon's approach to excursions reflects a similar philosophy. The Avalon Choice program offers multiple options per port and places genuine emphasis on independent exploration time. Passengers who want to wander freely rather than follow a guide are explicitly accommodated. This makes Avalon one of the better fits for independent-minded travelers who still want the convenience of a river cruise structure. Food quality is consistently good and has improved meaningfully over the past several years. Service is warm without being performative. The overall experience skews slightly toward the relaxed end of the premium spectrum, which works beautifully for travelers who want quality without formality. The gap between Avalon and the top three comes down to the onboard atmosphere and the ceiling of the experience. Avalon delivers consistently and comfortably, but it rarely delivers the kind of moments that generate the passionate, evangelical repeat passengers that Viking, Uniworld, and Regent create. Number 3. Viking River Cruises. Who it's for? Culturally curious, well-traveled adults who value clean design, intellectual programming, and seamless logistics. Viking is the dominant force in river cruising for a reason. The brand has executed a remarkably coherent vision since its expansion in the early 2000s. Scandinavian-influenced design, an emphasis on cultural immersion over entertainment, an adults-only policy that fundamentally changes the onboard atmosphere, and a scale of operation that allows for logistical consistency few competitors can match. The ships are beautiful in a restrained, purposeful way. Warm woods, clean lines, a glass-enclosed aquavit terrace at the bow that becomes the social center of every sailing. The Viking approach to programming is genuinely distinctive. Onboard lectures, destination-focused films and documentaries, cultural demonstrations, and port talks that treat passengers as intelligent adults who want context, not just scenery. Included excursions are well-designed and cover the essential highlights of every port competently. The food is good, better than the industry average, consistently executed, with regional touches that acknowledge where the ship actually is. Service is professional and warm. The criticism that follows Viking most persistently is the group tour feel of the included excursions. Large groups, shared headsets, a pace designed for the median passenger rather than the individual. Independent travelers often find Viking's excursion model frustrating and opt out in favor of self-guided days, which works perfectly well but raises the question of what you're paying the Viking premium for. Viking also doesn't reach the ceiling of luxury that Uniworld and Regent achieve. It's premium without being opulent. For the right traveler, and the market has confirmed that this is an enormous demographic, it's the ideal balance of quality, culture, and reliability. Number 2. Uniworld Boutique River Cruises. Who it's for? Luxury travelers who want a hotel-quality aesthetic, highly personalized service, and a genuinely beautiful onboard environment. Uniworld occupies a specific and well-executed position. It is the most visually extraordinary product in river cruising. Each Uniworld ship is designed as an individual property rather than a fleet unit, incorporating antiques, original artwork, and custom furnishings that make the ships look and feel like floating boutique hotels. The SS Maria Theresa, the SS Antoinette, the River Countess. These are ships that passengers photograph not just from the outside, but from within, because the interiors are genuinely remarkable. The service model matches the aesthetic. Staff-to-passenger ratios are among the highest in the industry. Service is personal, remembered, and proactive in a way that requires genuine investment in crew selection and training. When Uniworld gets it right, and it consistently does on its best ships, the service experience is the best available on European rivers. Food and beverage quality is excellent. The all-inclusive model covers premium spirits, wines, and specialty coffee throughout the day, without the tracking and upselling that some competitors engage in even within their inclusive packages. Where Uniworld falls just short of the top position, itinerary breadth and excursion design don't quite match the leader. The onboard experience is exceptional, but the excursion programming is slightly less innovative than the best competitor. And the heavy investment in aesthetics means the ships occasionally prioritize beauty over function in ways that practical travelers notice. Storage configurations, bathroom layouts, and cabin flow sometimes sacrifice utility for visual impact. For travelers for whom the journey is genuinely as important as the destination, who want to spend time on board as much as time in port, Uniworld is the strongest answer in the category. Number 1. Regent Seven Seas/Scenic Eclipse River Extension, and for Pure River Riverside Luxury Cruises. Who it's for? Travelers who want the absolute ceiling of the river cruise experience across ship quality, cuisine, excursions, service, and itinerary design, and are prepared to pay for it. The top position in European river cruising requires a distinction. Among lines built specifically and exclusively for rivers, Riverside Luxury Cruises, a newer entrant that has rapidly established itself as the quality benchmark, delivers the most complete, consistently excellent experience currently available. Among hybrid and ultra-luxury operators extending into rivers, the standard set by Scenic Eclipse's river programming pushes the ceiling even higher. Riverside's ships are among the newest on European waterways, purpose-built with suite-focused cabin configurations, exceptional finishes, and a genuine commitment to cuisine that treats the dining program as a headline feature rather than a supporting one. The chef-driven menus change by region, are executed with genuine skill, and are paired with serious wine programming. Service staffing exceeds industry standards noticeably. The excursion design is thoughtful, flexible, and genuinely differentiated. Private experiences, smaller groups, and access to locations that larger group competitors can't offer. What elevates the very top of this category above even Viking and Uniworld is the convergence of everything done at the highest level simultaneously. The ship is exceptional, the food is exceptional, the service is exceptional, the excursions are exceptional. At the premium end of the market, passengers aren't choosing a line because it does one thing outstandingly and the rest adequately. They're choosing it because every element of the experience is operating at its ceiling at the same time. The price reflects this. Riverside and the ultra-luxury category generally cost significantly more per day than Viking or AmaWaterways. But for travelers for whom a European river cruise is a significant once or twice in a lifetime trip rather than an annual occurrence, the investment in the top tier buys an experience that justifies every part of the cost. The honest answer to which European river cruise line is best for whom? Viking wins on cultural programming and logistical reliability for curious, independent-minded adults. Uniworld wins on aesthetics and personalized service for travelers who want a boutique hotel experience on the water. AmaWaterways wins on food and active excursions for travelers who eat and move through destinations. And Riverside wins when the goal is the complete, uncompromised, top-of-category experience regardless of cost. What they all share. European river cruising, done right, is one of the most rewarding travel formats in the world. The destinations do the heavy lifting. The river lines just determine how well you experience them.